and he's on the prowl in the third dimension. It's Wario. The diabolical one has gone 3D, where evil runs deep and danger comes out of nowhere in the most incredible adventure ever seen on Virtual Boy. It's Wario Land, a 3D game for a 3D world.
Wait till they get a load of me!
Message for Ronald McDonald!
I do believe this mailbox is addressing me. McDonald's Happy Meal!
Hamburger! Soft drink! All regular size!
Now that's what I call special delivery.
Skiing? Gymnastics?
When you buy a McDonald's Good Sports Happy Meal, you get sports games, cutouts, even sports quizzes, plus a surprise inside. 4 different Good Sports Happy Meal boxes at participating McDonald's.
Mortal Kombat!
Mortal Kombat, the handheld game from Tiger. Pass it on.
Introducing some terrific balancing acts, including Topple. Topple's the game of balance. Just roll to see where you go, making points for each full row, or stacking them high. 4 or more and you score, unless Topple topples. Topple from Pressman. Games people play together.
Help! Slip and roll!
Stop! Stop, evildoers!
Introducing super stretching superhero Stretch Armstrong. Yes, Stretch Armstrong. Now stretching fun farther than ever before. He bends, he stretches, even ties and knots, but always returns to his original shape.
How's he do that?
He's been doing that since he was a kid. Stretch Armstrong from Cap Toys. Who else?
After many years, Captain Crunch has returned to mysterious Crunch Island to search for
The Crunch Island treasure!
Wow!
So we gotta find it before the sun sets over Mount Crunchmore.
Let's hurry!
Welcome home, Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch!
We really missed you a bunch.
Singing trees.
And baseball bat?
Wow! Keep going!
Look, the sun's shining right through Mount Crunchmore.
And look where it is!
The Crunch Island treasure.
Welcome to Brainwreck. I'm Jason X.
And I'm tired as fuck.
And this is the best show on the internet.
I don't even know what happened there.
It's late. We're now
It's
at it. We're
late.
starting later.
It's oh my god, it's
here.
dark. Oh, I need to get blinds. Holy shit.
Well, you got to work on your window treatments, pal. You own a house.
Oh my god, I got so much I have to do.
We're doing a late start here. We're trying out this as the new time for Brainwreck show. We already have the only Wooden YouTube Award, and we're changing it up a little bit, changing the format.
Listen, it's a new year. It's a new us. It's a new month. It's a new day. We've got all sorts of things going on. We're trying stuff out. Try it out.
And
give it a shot.
And
See
the
if you like
bonus
it.
thing, the best thing is now that we're later on, we could be a little bit more edgy.
Oh, because listen,
because the kid, listen, you're not going to take any pussy eating scenes out of this show. Like
no,
we're going full in.
We eat the pussy here.
That's right.
And we
unlike the man in the cape and the cowl.
What? Why? What is with that? Like, that's not what heroes do. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me.
Who are you? Who are you to tell me? Were you saying I'm not a hero? I really hope my mom's not watching this show. What are you trying to say? Like I'm not a hero? Like I'm some bad person? Shame on you.
You're not selfish. That's the thing.
I'm not
It's setting a
selfish.
bad precedent for superheroes, the selfish lovers. Listen, give a little.
Give a little.
You know?
Give a little bit.
Just saying.
How's that song go?
I don't know. The Google Dolls version is better. But anyway, we're late. We're on here. Welcome to Brainwreck Live.
Hello.
That's right.
This is. I am off.
You know, you're in a different place, different environment, different setup. You know, it's to be expected.
I am so tired.
Well, you're in the process of moving. You're in the moving phase. Currently.
Man. Like I see. Weirdly enough, I almost didn't. I didn't even think that last week was going to be my last show in the old place. Like it didn't really dawn on me that like, oh no, like we're moving.
That's right, Bergman.
Give a little bit.
That's
give
right.
a little bit of your love to me, and Bergman, and I'll give it right back to you.
Hashtag don't get sued.
Hashtag don't get sued. Hashtag. Oh, I had a good hashtag.
Oh,
forgot it. Oh, not my Dark Knight. Hashtag not my Dark Knight.
For real, like seriously, like in what universe does Batman not perform?
But the best part about it is, and listen, we're gonna get into the move here in a little bit, but I saw a great thing on Twitter throughout the midst of it all, and it. I think we're back. I don't know what happened. Oh wait, I do know what happened.
Oh, wait, what happened?
It's my fault.
You don't say.
It's my fault. Okay. Actually, it's not my fault. It's my fucking house builder's fault. Can I fucking just go off on a few things real quick? I've got some things.
The floor is yours,
Listen,
sir.
What were we talking about before? Pussy eating. Let's talk about pussy eating, okay? First of all, allegedly, a DC executive said to the creators and the executive producers of the Harley Quinn show that no, you cannot have a scene where Batman is going down on Catwoman because that's not what heroes do. The fucking ain't. Like,
I think that's what heroes do.
Says who? That is absolutely right. That is that is the definition of being a hero. Okay, let me tell you something. That is the definition of being a hero. But okay, we're not gonna have Batman going down because you got to sell some fucking toys. But we're gonna do that bullshit Killing Joke movie where he's just gonna bang out Batgirl on the fucking balcony.
He fucked Batgirl.
What the fuck was that about?
Right.
Listen. That's not. I don't know why I have a screwdriver in my hand. That's not what heroes do. You don't just fucking trauma bang your assistant on the top of a building next to some gargoyles in the rain. It's weird. I mean, it's not weird.
To be fair,
like
I think she has for what was to come. It was deeper trauma. But that one wasn't great.
That one was unnecessary.
As Bergman would say, not great.
Not great. Not great at all.
Not great.
Okay. So that's where we stand on that. Listen.
Yes.
Eat pussy.
Sound advice. Sound advice. Across the board.
So this is another thing I didn't really consider when getting stuff ready for the show tonight. Actually, I did consider it, but I kind of forgot.
Okay. That's par for the course.
Yeah, I know. There is a good possibility that I will be running into some internet connection issues while in this new HQ.
Okay.
Folks, buying a house is hard. But apparently making one is much harder, much more difficult.
I don't know how.
So we had internet hooked up, what was it? Like 2 weeks ago? And the guy came in and he was like, this is weird. I don't know why they did things this way. because originally what we wanted to do was, because we've got the 2 floors now, we've got 2 bedrooms upstairs, so we wanted an office for Christy, an office for myself. That way, we could have our own workspaces, have our alone time.
Alone
just,
time.
Listen, everybody needs a space. Okay,
being a hero.
Yeah. So sometimes you need to be a hero to yourself.
Brother, amen.
And so, we needed, because we're also working from home, and because I'm streaming, we needed to have jacks in the wall to just hardwire into the internet.
Yeah, because Wi-Fi is bullshit.
Because Wi-Fi, listen, which is fucking weird, because like we went through this whole phase of like, oh, you got to be dialed in and you got to be hardwired in, but now we're going wireless. Everything's Wi-Fi, and it's like, yeah, but Wi-Fi is bullshit. Wi-Fi sucks. Like, give me that hard wire. It's not real. Yeah, I want that hard wire. Give me that hard wire. Anyways, the guy came over, and I said, when I called you guys previously, I said, this is what we need. Is that something you can do? And he's like, yeah, I'll check it out. And then he came up here and he goes, I can't do that. And we're like, why? And he goes, because the jacks you currently have installed, they don't work. We're like, what do you mean? He goes, they have no power and they cannot function without power. So like, well, how do they get power? And he goes, oh, you need to have an electrician come in and hook that up. He goes, I don't know why they didn't give you all that to begin with. We're like, all right, well, like, can we at least just get the internet hooked into the upstairs? He goes, yeah. I'll get that done. Like an hour later, He goes, yeah, so I can't hook your internet up upstairs. We're like, why? He goes, I physically cannot get the cable into your house. Like, what do you mean? He goes, so where I need to drill, there's just a beam there. I don't know why they put a beam there, but there's a beam there. He goes, and I looked. He goes, it makes no sense, but there's a beam there, and I can't get in. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, where can you put it? He goes, I can put it in your bedroom. I'm like, all right, I guess.
Right.
We're like, well, can we do anything? He goes, well, I can. He goes, what I can do. He's like, I can go outside and I can splice a couple of wires together, so I'm able to get the jack upstairs to work. And then you can either just drill through the wall. I'm like, motherfucker, I got a warranty on this place. Like, I can't just go drilling into shit. He's like, well, you can just like drill into the wall or get like a really long cable and just run it around the room. I was like, God. So for now, like, this is like, I kind of have a temporary setup going on right now on my desk, but on the other side of this wall right here, there is a jack, which I have to somehow figure out how to plug into, or we need to get people the hell over here and do some goddamn construction on my house.
Yeah, what's Perry doing? He needs a trip.
You know what? I'm not opposed to calling Perry at this point. Because I feel like Perry...
Come on down.
Because I feel like Perry... so far, we've had a few people come by, just to do like quotes or like stuff on the house. Just take a look at the work and go, huh, I don't know why they would have done it this way. They were like, thanks. We don't either.
Right.
So
we're just as baffled as you.
We're just as baffled as you. But you know what? We're in. We've got a little bit of work we still need to do. I will say, like, so last night was the first night we stayed here.
Oh, first night in the new
new place.
Okay, and
weird.
Okay,
weird.
All right, yeah.
So there's been a few things going on.
What kind of things?
Well, I'm hard pressed to say that it's haunted.
Ooh, really?
Well, so
okay. I know a thing or two about ghosts.
I bet you do. Being in a new space, like when you're kind of unfamiliar with it, you got to kind of get through that, getting to know you period, right?
Sure.
And I feel like we haven't really fully gotten through all of that yet. So,
okay.
I came, it was yesterday, I think it was. like, so we had the movers at the apartment loading up all the heavy stuff, throwing it on a truck, driving it over. We got here first, and we're kind of going through the house, like getting things situated and whatnot. I run upstairs, and we have a door that goes to an attic, which is basically just like the HVAC room, essentially.
Sure. Right.
And
right.
And that was open. And I was like, hey, did you go in there yesterday by chance?
Right.
And Christy goes, no, I did not. And I'm like, okay, well, it's because like the door was open. And she was like, how open? And I was like, it was open. Was
like open.
Like open. Not like all the way open, but like, it
was ajar.
Open.
Right.
So she was like, that's not cool. And I was like, I know. So like as we're moving stuff around, like we actually have a piece of furniture in front of the door, because you never know.
Right.
And then was it today?
Gotta be too careful.
Was it today or yesterday? It had to have been today. Today was the first day that I worked from home here.
Okay.
And so like I've got my office here, and then like just across
Sure.
the hallway there's a bathroom. I was like, oh,
right.
Go to the bathroom. And I lift up the toilet seat, and there's just piss all over the toilet seat. And I was
Christy
like,
thinks she's out in public or something.
So my first thought was, because I haven't used that.
Okay. So it's brand new.
I have not used the toilet yet, and I was like, did Christy just like have a no? That doesn't make sense. Why would no? That makes no sense. And then I was like,
zero.
I was like, who pissed on my toilet? It was like there was.
So you got a ghost pisser.
Well, I don't know.
All right.
I think
okay.
I think it.
I've heard of the succubus before, but this is a new one.
I think it may have been the movers.
Oh, okay. All right. So there were other people in the house.
There were other people in the house yesterday.
Okay.
And
all right.
It doesn't look old. It looks kind of fresh. So 24 hours.
So it's fresh piss.
It looks like fresh piss. And
okay. Were they hydrated?
No, they were not. Which makes sense.
Okay.
Because it's been like 100 degrees in Texas lately.
Sure. I mean, even the ghosts get hydrated.
Our power grid system can't handle heat. Apparently.
What's with your grid system? Can you explain that to me for a second? First off, it gets shut down when it's cold, and then it's too fucking hot. Like, what did you build it out of bricks or straw or the fucking hay? Where's the big bad wolf? What's going on here?
Let me tell you something about Texas.
Yeah.
I have never seen worse leadership, top to bottom, in my life.
You weren't there for Cuomo.
Top to bottom, I was there for Cuomo. I was there enough for believe me. Top to bottom, left to right, the worst fucking leadership.
Okay.
The state of Texas. Just bad. They're all bad. They're all dumb. They all have their heads up each other's asses. It's terrible. We have a power system that cannot handle the cold. It cannot handle the heat. They were telling people, I think it was like today or yesterday, hey, like leave your thermostat at like 76 or like 82. I'm like, excuse me.
82.
I'm like, Abbott is a genius, said nobody. I mean, I can think of a couple people who probably said he's a genius, but like they would be wrong too. Yeah, it's just it's I just don't get it. Like, I mean, I don't know, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what the solution is. That's not my job. But you're
not an answers man.
You literally have people whose job it is to fix it, and they're just like, yeah, I don't know. Seems broke. Somebody should fix it. Kevin, now that you don't need a license to carry after Abbott signed that bill today, just get a gun to kill the ghosts. That's what happens when you have no regulation. Yeah, exactly.
It's okay. So everybody can just carry in Texas now, right?
Anybody can carry. No.
Okay,
no
so
license,
anyone can carry a gun.
Anybody can carry a gun. We have an unstable power.
No
system.
Power.
Unstable
power.
They are telling the homeless they need to leave. I lost. I'm
gonna be one of those.
I got fucking Greg Abbott. Kevin is Mad Max confirmed. I don't know what that means. Listen, folks.
Well, one thing part of the homeless solution.
Wait, hang on, real quick. So,
yeah,
the internet here is a little much like the power system here in Texas. My internet is going to be a little unstable. So we're going to be probably popping in and out. I don't know if we're going to make it the full hour, but we'll do what we can. The homeless.
We're trying.
Yeah.
Homeless.
So
everyone can carry a gun, so then the homeless have to go away, is the idea.
Well, I mean, like, they're not related.
Are you sure?
No.
Well, there you go. I think it's part of the homeless solution.
Well,
they're like those fucks in California wouldn't do shit. We're gonna let everybody carry a gun.
What does that have to do with the homeless?
Well, they can't get guns.
Who can't get guns?
The homeless.
But what if they do?
How they can barely afford a mattress under an overpass.
No, they've got mattresses. I've seen them.
Where are they gonna get a gun?
Dude, it's Texas. You can get a gun almost anywhere.
That's true.
That's true.
Just pull one out of a dumpster.
So yeah, it's. I don't even know where the fucking power grids and shitty home builds and AT&T. I mean, the guy was kind of cool from AT&T. I'll give him that. But yeah, I don't know. It's so being in the new house the first night.
Yes.
Knowing all that stuff.
Yes.
A little weird because you're
it's
you're
suspicious.
In a big home. You're hearing all these noises. We also have a security system now. This is the first time I've ever had a security system.
Oh, look at you. Okay.
I have felt
secure and shit.
I have felt more anxious since getting the security system than I did at my apartment that knowingly had people breaking into shit, and the only lock we had was a deadbolt.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think that having the security system is making you feel less secure?
I think it's just the idea that it's there. And it's also like a two-part thing. So, we've got all the door sensors, and we've got glass break sensors. And we have two very curious cats.
Oh, you think they're going to trip him?
There was part of me that was like, we shouldn't put anything out that can be broken, because the cats are going to knock them over. Because they're just going to barrel through everything.
Cats.
And the boy is very curious. Like last night, we had him locked in the bedroom with us, and he was all over everything. Making noise, causing a ruckus. The other cat, God bless her, she's basically buried into a pile of blankets because she doesn't want to come out.
Oh, okay.
But it's like we're trying to figure out like the best course of action for like getting all that set up, because what if they do break something, because they do knock shit off the counter, like So like we've got that to worry about, plus like the system talks to us. So like it'll tell you when a door is open and what door is open.
Oh,
so like
okay.
I'm just waiting for that one moment in the middle of the night where the sound goes off and I look over and Christy's still next to me and I'm like,
oh,
here we go.
So you feel like having the security system is somehow inviting that activity into your life.
It's 100% not inviting that activity. Like I don't think we're gonna actually have any issues, but like it's putting the thought in my head.
Right,
And that's where I'm going with it. Like because before, like we never had to think about stuff like that. But now I'm like,
true.
We have this whole thing now, and this is why we have it. Oh, there's a whole new level.
See, I like, so we got one of those smart locks for our new place.
Yeah.
So I get a notification on my phone whenever the door unlocks, kind of thing. So which I'm actually finding more relieving than anything, because at the old home we didn't have shit. We had a fucking skeleton key for our front door, so we didn't have shit for locks. So like every time we be coming home in the middle of the night, like we're driving up to the house. Oh shit, ghosts. We'd be driving up to the house, and I'm looking in the windows being like, okay, do you see any motion? Is there anybody laying in wait?
Yeah.
Like I'd scan the house like every single time. Yeah, I'm rolling up to it. And now I'm like, well, I didn't get a notification that the door's unlocked.
Right.
So like nobody's in there. You can't open our windows. They're like caulked shut.
Oh,
so like I know like we're good type of thing. So it's actually like relieved me a little bit. As far as like my kind of frantic worrying of things.
Right. Also, like, this was a big expense, and like security issues aside, like we're not trying to break stuff. Like it's, you know, just like the general upkeep. I'm not like, oh, like there's so like dude, I bought a lawnmower yesterday.
Yeah, gotta do that.
I was like, oh yeah, we need to buy a lawnmower. We need to buy a weed whacker.
Yes,
I was like, I've never even used a weed whacker before.
It's the little expenses too.
It's
the little expenses that add up so quickly. Well, I mean, in compared to the fucking house, it is.
Oh my god, yeah. But yeah,
and compared to the appliances, I'm sure you had to buy.
Fucking Lowe's, man. Just they fucked me over again. I don't think I told you.
No, they fucked you over again?
Did I tell you how things got resolved?
I don't think you did, but you didn't even tell the people of what was going on. So you do a quick recap so they know what's up.
We bought appliances back in April.
And
they were like, okay, this is when they can be delivered. We were like, we'll take the 4th of June. I'll take time off from work, go to the house, wait. It'll be great. We ended up booking a bunch of other stuff that day. So we get there like midday. Internet guy comes and goes. Painters come to, give us a quote with way too much money. They come and go. And like we're sitting there waiting for Lowe's and like nothing. It's like 5 o'clock. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not waiting anymore. So we leave. As I'm back on the highway, I get a call. And he's like, yeah, I'm a half an hour out. And I'm like, cool. You're 3 hours late, though. He's like, it wasn't my fault. I'm like, I don't care whose fault it was. He goes, well, it was the store's fault. And I'm like, then I'll deal with the store. He's like, okay. Okay. I go to the store. They're like, oh, yeah, that was the delivery team's fault. And I'm like, well, they said it was your fault. And I go, yeah, no, it wasn't our fault. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting conflicting stories. So, like, what? And, like, I'm getting pissed. Because it's, like, one of those things where, like, listen, I am an upset. This is why I always tell people, listen, look, ask for the manager. Get stuff done.
Always ask for the manager.
There's nothing wrong with asking for the manager. It's not like, oh, you're being a Karen. Like, no, listen, you paid for that thing. Get that thing you're owed. You deserve that thing. You paid your goddamn money for it. Yeah, you're entitled to it. You're literally entitled to it. You paid for it. And we
for what you pay for, yeah.
We paid a lot of fucking money.
Right.
And it's one of those things where you go in and everybody's like, hey, I'm, a customer service rep who's been here for 3 months. And like me, I'm like, I know you're not the problem.
Correct.
So I'm not going to take it out on you. Like,
yes.
And look, I've worked in customer service. I've worked in sales. I've worked in marketing. I've worked at retail stores. I know what it's like to get yelled at.
Apparently, he's been a carpenter.
What's up?
Apparently, you've been a carpenter.
I was a carpenter. I worked construction.
Maybe.
You know? What do you mean, maybe? No, dude, I've got scars to prove it.
Okay.
So I go in, and my first thing is like, hey, this is the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm told, yeah, we don't know. I'm like, okay. Can you get somebody who can find out?
Who does?
Yeah, or who does know? And like they send a guy out, and he's just like, yep, it didn't get delivered. And I'm like, I know. He goes, yep, it's going to be delivered.
That's why I'm here, asshole.
And it's like, it's going to be delivered tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, nobody said that, and we can't do tomorrow. And he's like, okay, when do you want it delivered? And I'm like, do you not see the issue here?
Right.
Like we needed
I wanted it delivered 4 hours ago.
We needed it
4 hours
yesterday.
ago is when I wanted it delivered.
And you're just like, yeah, like there's a problem. We don't know. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, well, you know, they said it was because of the weather. And I'm like, well, they said it was your fault. And then that lady said that it was just simply late to get picked up. And now you're saying there was what? Just fucking bring it to my house tomorrow.
Right.
And then I get a call the following day or the following Monday. And they're like, yeah, it's not going to make it. And I'm like, why? Why isn't it going to make it? We don't know. Like, how do you not know? How do you not know? I don't know. But, like, I'm sitting here looking at it, and it's on the loading dock, and it just wasn't picked up. And I'm like, get me a manager. And then, like, I talked to a guy, and I'm like, this is the situation. This is my information. What the hell is going on? And then he gets all uppity about, like, well, don't you fucking talk to me like that, you know? I'm like, homie, how would you like to be talked to? Like, I'm annoyed.
Right.
I've now wasted 2 days.
Right.
And I'm like, he's like, oh, well, he goes, I'll terminate this call and have you just call corporate. I'm like, I'll call corporate. Whatever.
Right.
Of course, you call the corporate line. Nobody fucking picks up for an hour and a half.
Well, of course not.
So I go back to the store, and I'm like, somebody needs to help me now. And
right.
I talk to one guy, and I explain to him the situation. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He goes, he disappears for, the best part was he goes, wait, so what'd you say your name was? And I'm like, Kevin Graham. And he's like, okay, yeah. He goes, I've heard your name come up. And I'm like, oh, cool. So it's getting so the story's getting around.
You're known. You've made it, brother. You're known by the Lowe's.
Fucking Lowe's, man.
People.
They know me. Get it scheduled for the next day.
And
I'm like, what happens if it doesn't get delivered?
Right.
And he's like, I'll run it up the chain. I'm like, no. I'm like, what happens if it doesn't get delivered? Because right now I have zero faith in that this is going to get to my house. And I'm like, and I need this stuff. Like, we have a schedule. It's not like, oh, hey, you know, like, it'll get there when it gets there. Like, no, like, we have a schedule. Yeah. We're moving in soon. We have things that need to get done. We need that stuff now. And and he's like, we'll send a pro truck out tomorrow with it. And I'm like, you could have done that the other day.
Yep.
It's like, whatever. So the guys call me. They're like, we're on our way. I'm like, okay. I race over. I meet him there. And he's like, so you've got the accessories, right? I'm like,
oh.
What?
Oh, by the way, which is such a fucking scam because I just ordered appliances myself.
Right.
Because they don't put the fucking price of the accessories.
You don't get the accessories.
You don't get the accessories, which is the fucking power cable, by the way.
Yeah. It's the power cable. It's the fucking exhaust tube.
Yep.
It's the water tubes. It's and it's like the most basic.
You know, just the thing to make your fucking shit work. Yeah. Not included in the price.
You can buy the box for $3,000, but you also got to give us like $35 for this cord.
Right.
It's a fucking nickel. What the fuck is that?
The fucking ghost,
brother.
Fucking
ghost, apparently.
Right.
So I'm like, what do you mean you don't have? I'm like, no, I don't have the accessories that's supposed to be on the truck with you guys.
Right.
He goes, oh, he goes, it wasn't on the label or wasn't on the bill of goods
Oh,
or
for
whatever.
fuck's
I'm like,
sake.
what do you mean? He goes, yeah. He goes, it wasn't on the list. And like, I actually see the list, and it's just refrigerator, washer, dryer. And I'm like, I ordered all the accessories. He goes, we'll look to see if we have any. Luckily, they had extras.
Oh, well.
So
Lucky day.
had that going for me. So they go, they get everything installed, check it out, looks great. And I'm like, don't even touch the garbage. Just go.
Just get out of my house.
So we leave. Go back, work. I got an email because, like, dude, like I did that thing on Twitter where like I was like, hey, what the fuck, Lowe's? And then they finally got back to me. And they were like, and it was just one of those, send us your information. And I sent it, never heard anything back. I sent an email after the fact explaining the whole situation. Somebody got back to me, said that they'll follow up within 48 hours. Never heard anything back.
Of course.
Yesterday, as we're moving in, I'm in the laundry room. I'm moving stuff around. I look down, and there's a huge gash in my floor. So because the flooring was all laminate,
right?
What happened is they must have pushed the washing machine back, and it ripped up the flooring.
Oh, fuck,
and then
man!
They moved it. They patted it down that day because it was still sticky, but just for whatever reason, like it had popped back off. So there's just like a gash that's like that in my floor now. Oh
my God.
So I reach back out to Lowe's, and I'm with like all this info, and then they follow back up with me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the store manager emailed you a week ago because all the information you gave us was wrong."
What?
And I'm like, literally, the information I gave to you was the information you gave to me exactly. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Haven't heard back, so.
Oh my God, what a nightmare.
Like, dude, it is. And it's just one of those things where it's just such unnecessary stress. But like, so this is my cautionary tale to everybody out there listening. Ask these questions. Like, what happens if it doesn't get delivered? Is all the stuff going to get there? You know, what do we need to do to make sure that I get what I paid for? Like, that's the big one. Because holy fuck, man.
Okay.
And just don't shop at Lowe's.
And don't shop at Lowe's. Well, I bought my appliances from Home Depot, so we'll find out when those come.
Hopefully Home Depot works out better. We've been buying a lot of stuff from Home Depot lately.
I'll have a full report. So your house may not be haunted per se, possibly cursed.
Dude,
was it on like an ancient burial ground?
No, see, I don't think the house is cursed. Like literally, I think I'm cursed.
I mean, we know that, but with the house.
Well, I don't know, because we've talked about this on the show before, where I'm pretty confident that I am cursed, because like anything that I'm involved with, just shit seems to be going wrong.
Well, I mean, but that's kind of life in general, like.
Exactly.
You know, some people just walk around with the rain cloud over their head. You know,
dude, we got beautiful blue skies here. Every morning I look out and it's a big blue sky. I'm like, damn, look at that sky. That's a nice fucking sky.
You know, it's just sometimes for some people, every time they open up a fortune cookie, it just says bad luck and extreme misfortune will haunt your pathetic soul for all eternity.
Right.
Like that just happens to some people. I don't know how it works.
Just
like
me, though.
It just does.
That is me.
But I mean, okay, so the cause could be you because your house is too new for like somebody had been killed in it, or you know, like
who knows?
Well, I mean, I was thinking like. Well, that's true, but I was also thinking like maybe it was one of them like Native American grounds, you know, where they perform some ceremonies or something, and 1,000-degree weather.
Yeah, I am the reason for the weather, by the way, more than likely.
Also, okay.
Well, okay. Perfect example: 1,000-degree weather. I have been walking around for the past week, going to Christie, hey, is it warm in here? And she's like, no, I'm actually really comfortable. And I am sweating.
Okay.
Like sweating.
Well, we do know there is a history of a thermostat war between you two. So, oh no, we froze again. No, we're back.
No, we're back. Okay. We're gonna make it. I promise. We actually haven't really been having a thermostat war. We've actually been on the same page with it. But like at 73, 74, 75 degrees, and she's like, yeah, I'm comfortable. And I am like, it's 150 degrees in here. Check the crawl space for totems. The crawl space had a lot of totems, as a matter of fact. A lot of what is it? Modelo. Yeah, a lot of Modelo totems happen to be in my crawl spaces.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
that's a root cause.
Yep.
I gotta tell you about my house being haunted too. So
your current one?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, so many things have been happening.
Oh my god! Did you ever find out what was in the backyard?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did?
That's a story I'm about to get into.
Oh, awesome! Great.
Yeah. So, wait, do you have any other thoughts before we wrap up your current experience?
I'm cursed. Stay away from me.
Okay, perfect. So, we are 90% sure some fucked up shit happened in this house.
Really?
Before it, there's been some signs that things weren't always copacetic here in the new Axe house. Now, we bought one of them fixer-uppers.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's got a few flaws. You gotta put some work in, a little elbow grease, things of that nature into it. So we've been trying to tackle some of these things. Let's see here in the chat. You might have a chupacabra in your house. I mean, very possible. Very possible.
Why though?
Because you're right by the Mexican border.
I mean, like compared to New York, yeah.
Well, there you go. We got we're closer to the Jersey
state.
Devil. Well, no, like okay. So the chupacabra to Texas is like the Jersey Devil to New York. Like it's close. It's close enough.
I guess
you should be concerned.
I'll accept it. I suppose.
But anyway, so we're like 90% sure some fucked up shit happened in the house. We found some things.
I mean, it is Florida.
That's not so cool to find type of thing. So when we first walked through the house, we're like, man, these fucking people, they did some wacky shit. Like there was just kind of wires hanging by nails throughout the house that we found out went to like a security system of some kind. That they
was
just
like
kind
a
of
series of tin cans.
It was not, but it was like they tried to wire the back door and the front door together, and instead of like doing what a normal person would do, like run the wire through the attic, they ran it through the window and then like nailed the wire above all the doors leading to the back door, kind of thing. So there's just like a string of nails holding up a wire. So like that was kind of fucked up. And then we found some other things, some evidence of locks to lock people in certain places. Like there was a deadbolt on the master bathroom door to lock someone in the bathroom.
Okay.
And there was one as well on the laundry room as well to lock someone in to the laundry room. And we're like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. That's weird.
Wait.
Like why what's the point of that?
Wait. So there was a keyhole on the outside, but on the inside it was just what, like a covering? There wasn't
no,
like a turning knob?
So if it's like it's a regular door, right? And the door has a lock. So like if you're going to the bathroom, you could lock the door. But on the outside, so into the so you get the master and then you go into the master bathroom. In the master, there's a deadbolt lock to lock someone in the bathroom. So they cannot escape.
Are you sure it's not just you mean it's so people stay out of there, right?
I bought the Saw movie house. Pretty close. Like wait, if you're interested, it's gonna get weird.
No,
it's gonna get weird.
It's to keep people out of it, right? That's what it was being used for.
No, because
it was-
the person who is in the bathroom cannot escape because it is locked from the outside.
But it's to keep people from going in, not it's to keep people from going in.
It's a courtesy thing. It's a courtesy thing.
Just, hey, this is my bathroom. This is my laundry room. Stay out.
Yeah, so we found a couple of those types of things, and then we kind of like going through. We're starting to make a list of all the home improvement stuff, and we've kind of noticed that every single door frame has been kicked in at one point in the house. So every door's been kicked in.
Playtime.
And half-assed repaired. So like there's that. So that was odd. And then one of the stranger things that we found, and Blakely K found this while she was cleaning some stuff out, was we have a linen closet in the towards the bathroom. Did I hear voices saying, "Do you want to play a game?" Still waiting on that one. So, but in the linen closet, we were cleaning it out, and Blakely K found an envelope taped under one of the shelves in the linen closet. And we're like, okay, all right. And it turns out it was whoever was living here. We don't really know if it was, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. We do know that they had a child because the child's report card was on the fridge when we walked in the first time to the house. But whoever the female was in the relationship, it was a pay stub of some kind that they were trying to hide because they taped it to the bottom of a shelf that nobody would see, type of thing. And we're like, well, that's peculiar as well. It seems like some fucked up domestic shit was going on here. So it makes me feel a little uneasy, little not awesome. Let's see. Specifically saw too from Bergman in the chat. Look out for the gun in the peephole. In the pit of syringes, aka the floor
decor.
Well done, sir. But what we discovered this past weekend, very alarming as well.
Okay.
So once again, this is a fixer-upper home, and we decided we were going to do some of the outdoor yard work in the house. And in the back corner of our property, there was kind of this, like, they left a wheelbarrow, like a really nice one too, like one that goes for like a lot of money. And there was like this weird, like, black tub thing that was there too. And we're like, what the fuck was that for? Like, you try to figure out like what these things are so you kind of get a better idea of what they were trying to do with it. And so, like, after pondering a little bit, we kind of figured out that the black tub thing was like a koi pond that they had.
Okay.
And so we're like, oh, all right. And it was in good shape type of thing, but we didn't want it. So we just kind of threw it off to the side. And then, like, we kind of noticed, like, we moved the wheelbarrow out of the way. And by, like, where that stuff was, like, the ground was really soft.
Right.
Like, really soft. We're like, this isn't... something's not right here, right? So we're like, okay, well, we gotta clean this shit up anyway. So let's get our shovel, let's get a rake, let's start, figuring out what's going on. Because we eventually wanted to put like some plants there, like a nice bush, that sort of thing, tropical, etc. So we start digging, and we're finding like garbage bags buried in the dirt in the backyard. And we're like, oh no. With every scoop of the shovel, I had to hold my breath because I was waiting. I was just waiting.
Yeah.
For something I didn't want to see.
Right.
To come out. So we keep digging, and we kept hitting like these big rocks too. So we're finding like bags of garbage and really big rocks.
Like actual garbage.
Oh, sir. Not just actual garbage.
Okay.
Very suspicious actual garbage.
Sure.
Because we found out that the rocks we were pulling up were the rocks that were in the koi pond.
Mm-hmm.
And the garbage bags, when they kind of, you're digging, so they're going to break open, were full of young women's clothes. Bras.
You called the cops, right?
Well, I mean, no, I did not. Young woman's clothes were in there. Young child's clothes were in there as well. Some remnants of what seemed to be like a birthday party. Of some kind.
Okay.
And so, like, we keep, like, and obviously, we're freaking the fuck out.
Right.
Out of all the evidence that we have found, including this, it's like, I'm just waiting for the smoking gun at this point.
Yeah.
Like, we're just digging. And so, limestone helps with body deterioration. Thanks a lot. So we're digging and then we're finding like broken pieces of porcelain and just like kind of this random shit. And eventually like we're just nervous. We're like, okay,
right.
When are we going to find the skull?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Cause we know it's here. Like it's very clear that like
somewhere
something went on and a murderer who celebrates. Like, listen, like, there's always a reason to throw a party.
I've got one thing before we close.
Okay. And so we're digging everything out, but eventually we get to a point where we're just not finding anything.
Right.
Anymore. So we're like, okay, let's think about this logically. Did someone get murdered in this house? Probably. However, looking at some of the other things these people did in this house, it could also be that they're a bunch of lazy fucks who wanted to take a koi pond out and then had a big hole and was like, let's fill it with garbage.
Let's fill it with garbage. I mean, because like, do you have to pay to have your garbage removed?
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. So
yeah.
So we've chosen to believe the latter, just because. Listen, who wants to go through the red tape? I mean, Bergman, the paperwork. Like, let's be honest.
See,
like, we don't want anything to deal with it.
It's a shame that Quibi's not around anymore. Because I feel like depending on where your story went, you could have been a great candidate for the show Murder House Flip.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard about this show?
I've not heard about this thing.
So if you're unfamiliar with Quibi, it was the flash in the pan, mobile, really garnered more towards a mobile device style viewing experience, where all the shows on there were like 5 to 10 minutes long, essentially. Quick bits is what it was.
Okay.
You know? Quibi fell hard.
Harder than AMC.
Super fast. However, Roku recently purchased the Quibi library and added a thing to their Roku app. So the other day, this was like back when we were at the apartment, we were, listen, we don't really watch TV that much anymore. There's not a lot of shows. We watch Pluto.
Who has the time?
Big fans of Pluto. Drop into some Price is Right. We actually caught a really good episode the other day.
I'm doing that after this show.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
But Chrissy had heard about this show, and she's like, "Oh, there's a show we're gonna watch." And I'm like, "Okay, well, whatever." And she was like, "It was a Quibi show. It's called Murder House Flip." And I'm like, "That is silly." And we start it, and we're watching, and I'm like, "So this is a parody? Like this is all mockumentary style?"
Okay.
And I think there was like a little bit of like miscommunication because I thought she said yes.
Oh.
So we watched like 3 episodes.
Okay. I mean, they're quick, like you said, right?
And well, like 3 episodes, which actually in total it was like 9 individual episodes. because it was all like all like 5 to 10 minutes. So like 3 episodes would have been the equivalent to so technically 3 episodes would have been the equivalent to like a half an hour show.
Okay.
So but
all right.
so
Gotta do math,
so
but you figure it out.
technically we watched 9 Quibi episodes, which ended up
Oh,
being
wow.
like 3 stories essentially.
Okay. All
And
right.
we're watching these. Roku purchased that library instead of sponsoring an African show. Okay.
Bergman laying down the law tonight.
And we're going through and watching it, and I'm like, this is weird. Because for a parody, it's very earnest. But it's utterly ridiculous.
Right.
But like everybody's being very like there's no comedy behind anything.
Where's the haha?
Yeah, like I'm waiting
Where's
for
the gags?
Like I'm like, this is fucking terrible writing. I mean, like, why would you not have an exorcist come in and do like a whole ritual thing, or like a priest come in and like be like, oh no, I gotta leave, murder.
Right.
Because
can we get like a John Ritter dressed in in a habit doing some physical comedy?
Right. Because like the whole premise of the show is there was a murder that took place in the home.
Right.
And this couple purchased the home recently at a very low price, but because of the murder, there's like a weird vibe in the home. So like this team is going to come through and they're going to renovate a portion of the home for them.
Okay.
And
so it's just another one of those flipper houses.
Yeah.
Type of gimmick.
But I'm like, where are the priests? Where are the voodoo people? Like where's all the ha funny?
Right. Where's Papa Shango?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, something's not right here. And I look it up, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is a legit show. Chrissy's like, yeah.
They're being serious.
I'm like, no. I'm like, it's a parody, though. She's like, no. Like, it's an actual... But, like, these murders actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, but no, it's a parody. Like, this is too ridiculous to be an actual show. She's like, no, it's an actual show. Like, these murders happened. These people bought the home, and these people are coming in and renovating it. Like that is it's a legit reality show. So like I spent there for like over an hour watching this show, thinking it was a complete slapstick satire, and it ended up being a real thing.
I mean, that just shows you the bar. That's the bar.
But
for TV.
Can't understand why Quibi went under.
Yeah. This is like that one ghost show. So I used to be into the ghost shows on Sci-Fi.
Oh, I was too. Until they basically became, those like Storage War shows.
Basically, but there was one where the guy had the greatest scam of all time. Yeah, this guy, he was called the Ghost Collector. Okay. So his thing was so how like everybody has a bullshit theory about ghosts,
right.
Like it's the orbs and like fucking the like items are possessed,
right.
Type of thing. That was this guy's gimmick, is like you have a haunted item in your house, which is why you're having paranormal experiences, right? So this fucking reality show would follow this dude. He'd go into the house, do like a ghost hunt type of thing. And, come up with some bullshit evidence of like weird, somebody was whispering in the other room, and he would play it for them type of thing. And they'd be like, what do you think it is? And he goes, well, I'm pretty sure it was that antique typewriter that you've got up in your attic. Listen, I can take that out for you, and you're not going to have any ghosts anymore.
He's just
and they're like,
snagging all the cool stuff.
Fucking A. And they're like, yeah, get rid of these ghosts. Yeah, take this typewriter. And so like he would just get free shit all the fucking time. And it was the greatest scam.
Wow. Kevin, maybe you were confusing in your brain with Flipped, which is I was actually not quite. I was actually going off of Bajillion Dollar Properties, which was a CISO original. So that's where my brain was coming in. But not far off, Bergman. Not far off.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
We made it through tonight, even with technical difficulties.
I'm surprised it held off this long.
So I'm gonna end the show tonight with a major announcement.
You have an announcement
for those
that's
of you. I have an announcement here. It's a major announcement for those of you that like me, that like this show, like the things we do. You'll be interested in this announcement. I am officially booked for Tampa Bay Comic-Con.
Look at you
on July 30th. The Devil Within coming to Tampa Bay Comic-Con. So
good shit.
There you have it, folks.
It's coming back.
So
the business.
It's coming back. We're trying. Listen. I'm not Tom Brady. I'm not fucking Joel Osteen. I didn't get any fucking loans for my business going under. So I got to do it the old-fashioned way. I got to hit the streets.
Yeah.
Got to get them stickers.
Yeah.
Got to get them stickers out there. Get them to the table.
Get them out.
So,
get them in. Bring them in. Make that money.
Gonna try to rehab this bitch. So if you've not gotten Devil Within Comic, go to devilwithincomic.com. Issues 1, 2, and 3. We're trying to get the funding for 4 with these Comic-Cons. Let's make it happen. Let's get back on the right track.
Yeah, that's exciting,
kind of
man.
thing.
Good for
so,
you know, I think with like just kind of like the whole mess of things going on lately, I have been taking an approach of, you know, there's a reason we got vaccinated, and it's so we can go back out in the world and do shit.
That has been my take on it.
I've been feeling more comfortable going back out, you know, without any issue.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say, all last week I felt like shit. Could have been for a number of reasons. But hey, you know what? Listen, just if you're out there and you haven't been vaccinated, get vaccinated. It's worth it. Stay safe. If you still have an opportunity to wear a mask, wear it.
Disney World's wide open. Disney World's wide open.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, but you know, if you feel like you need to wear your mask, wear your mask. Don't let anybody tell you how to do, you know, it otherwise. Fuck them if they try.
Last I checked, this is still America.
Yeah,
it's still America.
You know what? If somebody tells you, "Hey, you shouldn't wear a mask," be like, "Okay, let me spit in your mouth." See what happens.
Or let me be your hero.
I'll take my dude. No. If you know. If Tucker Carlson wants you to take your mask off, just ask him if you can spit in his mouth and, you know, go from there and eat pussy. And that's all.
There you go. All right. Well, for this week, I've been Jason Axe.
I'm Kevin Graham.
And this has been your show.
Peace.